guys, today I'm doing this video, and I think like at one point I did one of these before. Let me look and see if I did one. I'm not sure if I did one of these videos in the past. I don't think I did. I haven't seen one. So I'm not like an extremely picky person when it comes to dealing with horses, but there are definitely things that annoy the crap out of me that people do, and I wanted to share that with you today. Maybe some of you guys can relate. So yeah, so I'm going to tell you my biggest pet peeves that I could think of off the top of my head, but sometimes I'll be out and I'll just be like, that really annoys me when people do that, and sometimes I forget. But let me know some of your biggest pet peeves down in the comments and we can talk about it. So my first one is, I don't think it's mean, but like everybody has different opinions, but I hate when people give their horses like stupid names, like just dumb names that aren't like catchy or don't actually relate to the horse. Like I hate when people just get a horse and give it a random name. Like I get to know my horses and give them a name that like represents them, that like fits them. I hate when people bring their horses and they name it like Doodles or something. Like, what? Doodle? That's just stupid, okay? When my horse dies, or when just my horse in general, I want to have some sort of dignity, okay? Doodles? No. No. I feel like my horse would be embarrassed if he had that name. So, I hate when people give their horses just like stupid names. Let me think of some other ones. I know some horses that have had dumb names. Sugar, when we first got Sugar, her name was Eagle, which it's not a bad name. I feel like if your horse is like a boy, or if it fits your horse, but her name was Eagle, and I just thought that was really dumb. I was like, I can't call this horse Eagle for the rest of her life. I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but like, you guys know what I mean. Like, just dumb names that I can't deal with it. When people's horses act up and they think it's funny. Like, when people's horses like nip at them or like give little rears or little bucks and people think it's funny. Like, that is not funny, that your horse can act like a total dick and you just like let it happen. Like, oh my gosh, my horse is being so mean. Like, that's not funny. Like, you should probably fix that. When people ride with their stirrups way too long. Like, I'm sorry, if your heels aren't even down and you're literally riding with your legs like straight out and you have no leverage in your legs or balance whatsoever, like what are you doing? Like, well, you might as well just ride bareback, like, and not use your stirrups at all, because it's more dangerous to have your stirrups way too long to where your feet can easily fall through them than to just not ride with them at all. Like, you might as well just take your feet out or ride bareback, because there's no point in you riding with your heels that long. And when your stirrups, and if your heels aren't down, if your heels are pointed up because your stirrups are too long, you can throw your horse forward so much more. Like, just fix them. Okay, I've experienced this a lot in parades, when people ride so close to you and they don't even know you. Like, if they have another horse and they ride their horse so close to you, or like bump into you, like, what the fuck? Get away from me. Like, you don't know my horse. Your horse doesn't know my horse. What if I'm a terrible horseman and my horse goes to attack your horse or buck and kick at your horse? Like, get away. Who are you? Like, there's no reason your horse needs to be butt up against my horse. Like, I've even had where Sugar, these horses will get so close behind Sugar, she'll start to trot just to get away from them and get her space. And I don't blame her for that if she pins her ears and trots away, because at least she's just trying to get away from them. Like, she's not attacking them or anything. But I do train my horses that even if people are riding really close to us, it's not okay for the horse to lash out or attack other horses. That just makes the horse a danger. If I ever want to put other people on my horses and my horse has a habit of just like attacking other horses or biting and kicking other horses, like that's just not acceptable to me. But it is annoying when people ride super close to you. Like, you don't know my horse. What if my horse did do that? Then thanks a lot. Like, you just caused yourself a problem. But yeah, that's really annoying. Barns with no bathrooms. Why do people build barns and don't put a bathroom anywhere? Honestly, if you have a public barn with people coming in and out, to whether you're a boarding facility, training facility, like even if you're just a facility that doesn't board but you allow people to come ride there and they leave, like, you need to put a bathroom in, okay? I talked about this in one of my videos before. I don't like to be in the middle of my ride and have to take a pee and there is nowhere to pee, okay? That's annoying as hell. Oh, I hate when people just throw their tack on the ground. Like when you have this nice saddle and you just like chuck it on the ground, like, and then it bends and gets all tangled, and like, I hate that. I always set my saddles down on the ground, and my Western saddles, I put them like on the horn so they stand straight up, because that's just the nicest way to keep them. Like, it's not gonna bend the tree or be hard on the saddle at all. Like, I hate when people just like throw their stuff on the ground, or like their bridles or halters where your horse could step on it or get tangled in it. That's so irritating. Like, pick up your stuff. Are you 5? Horses that chew on things. That is so annoying. So annoying. Starburst does this, and every time I tie her somewhere, she has to find something to put in her mouth. Like, she has to have her mouth and her teeth on something. So irritating. I always yell at her when she's chewing on her lead rope, because there was one time I was working with her, she was chewing on her lead rope and almost chewed all the way through it. Like, almost chewed it off. Like, stop. Stop. I hate when people just let their horses chew on everything. Like, there's no reason for this. Stop it. When people don't clean their horse's water, like, I don't like having dirty water. I don't clean my horse's water every day or anything, but once a week I'll go out to their automatic waterer and drain it and swish it around, get all the grossness out. But like my dad, for instance, like the cow's water is an automatic waterer. He never cleans it. It's never rinsed out unless I do it, because sometimes I'll do it because I feel bad because it's so gross and it smells nasty. I hate that. Like, clean the water. What in the world? Do you want to drink dirty, nasty, smelly water? Like, water that smells rotten? No. That's not healthy either. Like, if you have horses that you ride a lot, like, they need healthy stuff, okay? They need healthy hay, grass, clean water. Okay? Just, duh. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is so irritating where I work, because people move things and don't put them back. Like, I have no problem if you use stuff. Like, especially like at the barn, most of the stuff is Otis's and the boarders just use it because he has all this stuff and he doesn't use it. So people will use it, but literally, when you don't put it back, how is anyone else supposed to use it? Like, especially me, because I'm there almost every day. I'm there 3 to 4 days a week. I'm there all the time. And I use the same stuff all the time, and when you use it, that's totally fine, but if you could put it back, like, that'd be great, so I know where it is. There have been so many times I've gone to work, I can't find a surcingle anywhere. Like, how am I supposed to ground drive the horses if there's no surcingle anywhere? Or, I think with Calypso's bridle, they took the bit off, and then the bit was nowhere to be found, so I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I just took one of Starburst's old bits and put it on there, because I was like... And so I still can't find the surcingle anywhere. I had to use the bareback pad and just run it through the loops. Yeah, it happens all the time where I can't find stuff. I'm like, whatever, it's not my stuff. Obviously, you can use it whenever you want. It's yours, but, like, it'd be nice if you put it back, you know? How am I supposed to work with your horses? When people never clean their brushes. Like, I don't have a problem if you don't clean them very often. I clean them like once a year. But when people never do, and they're gross, and like, at the ranch I used to work at, they didn't ever clean them. And sometimes I would actually take like 2 or 3 brushes, take them home, wash them, and bring them back. I don't know if they'll ever see this, but hopefully not. But I would do that because the brushes would get like all grimy and like greasy and disgusting, and I hate it. It's so gross. Like, I just like things to be clean and to take care of my stuff so it lasts longer. And so once a year at least, I'll go in and clean all of my like bristled brushes so that they're nice again. But when people never clean them and they just get greasy and grimy and like gross, I hate that. Well, I think that is it for now. That's all I can think of right at this minute. So maybe I'll make a part 2 to this eventually if I think of more of them. But right now, that's all I can think of. So let me know what your guys' pet peeves are, or if you agree with any of these down below. Check out the links in the description box. I always have a bunch of stuff linked down there, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!